Here I have a ring that I bought when I was 18. That's right. I bought this for Mother's Day. And lo and behold, my godmother, who was also my child torturer, that's right, legally, um, accused me of thievery because her daughter, her biological daughter, okay, borrowed her ring and took it to her high school. She took off the ring to wash her hands and forgot to put it back on. Now, the sadistic scenario in this situation is that her daughter laughed while her mother accused me of stealing her ring when her daughter lost it. Okay? And simultaneously, I do believe it was during the time that I had bought my mother her ring for Mother's Day. Now, I took this ring back because, one, I bought it with my credit card, and it's my ring legally, and the way she had treated me throughout life was considered illegal. But because of the retribution that comes with a report against a parent, it was never reported. So they consistently kept abusing me and torturing me. And when I'm talking about car trunk torture, okay? So when you put your child in a car trunk and close the car trunk, drive miles to a movie drive-in, back in the day they used to have movie drive-ins, that is considered child torture. It's illegal. So her husband was the driver, and she was the assailant, basically telling me that because my mother didn't give them money for me to go to the movies, that I had to hide in the trunk of the car. And that was sadistic of her and very corrupt and torturous of a woman. But she is the psychopath of the family. That's why my grandmother did not leave her the house. So I am creating these videos so if anything happens to me, like my plane crashes or street, because the computer glitch on the plane that I was on did affect the airline, did affect the plane that I was on. Okay, it was a computer glitch that turned off the entire airplane. So there are ways, and there are suicidal people involved when it comes to accounts, big accounts. Okay, so anyway, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. He is an example. Okay, so people, I was using collagen and biotin. The difference between this one and the other company is that it doesn't have any sodium. Sodium meaning salt, and salt can make a hormonal imbalance with your kidneys and your liver and so forth. And I'm a liver disease patient, so I would suggest to start these type of vitamins when you're in menopause. So I'm going to give this to my biological mother for her birthday, because now that she's 70, here in the United States, the elderly are devalued with age. So basically, they're not worthy of being invested in any way or form anymore. So you need to save for that type of future if you're going to live that long. Okay? So I'm going to give this to Granny. Yes, the hypersexual granny, the nymphomaniac granny, the one that abandoned me for, a lesbianism granny. So there are laws here in the United States. In the third world country, there are no laws, so they are going to take advantage. And it is called Penal Code Section 206, which is torture. Okay. So even though it is too late, right, for me, there it is. Every person with intent to cause cruel or extreme pain, suffering for the purpose of revenge, extortion, persuasion, or any sadistic purpose inflicts greatly bodily injury is defined section 12022.7 is guilty of torture. So even though it is too late for me, it happened in my childhood. What she also did, aside from throwing me in the car trunk, she didn't call my mother for money. She she was sitting on the passenger side of the car and stuffed me under her feet, put a pillow over me, and then kicked me with her feet on the passenger side of the car. And of course, her husband, who sexually assaulted me in adulthood, was the witness. And he is also an immigrant. His daughters, they were torturing me, starving me, and physically abusing me for their ugly daughter who needed a nose job. If you like black men, women, one, you have to get a divorce. And no, you shouldn't have flirted with my fiance, my black fiance. You need to get a nose job to be with a black man, okay? It was your nose the entire time. So there, you can still get a restraining order. And here is the final step. Even though it's too late